I'm Luke Stoltman. I'm from the Highlands of Scotland and I'm 35 years young. My titles consist of being 5 times Scotland's strongest man and currently the 7th strongest man in the world. I think my granddad and my mum and my dad inspired me to be strong, maybe not in the strongman sense of the words, but certainly strength and other meanings. I remember there's a picture of my granddad carrying a big tree trunk, and that really stuck with me. You know, how can a man lift this tree trunk? Strength was always kind of a big thing for me. It just kind of was a natural thing for me to start training. Like when you do something like that, it's either you love it or you hate it, you know. You either kind of sink or swim, and I believe that I've kept swimming, or treading water, should we say. I never have to force myself to go to the gym. I love being in the gym. It's somewhere where I feel the most comfortable. I really do enjoy everything that goes with training. No one starts doing strongman because they're forced into it. It's like a playground sometimes. You got logs to lift, you got lorries to pull, stones to lift. There's so many different things, so many varieties of stuff you can do. It's always good to have failures. I think failure in any way, shape or form is healthy. If I fail something, let's not beat ourselves up about it. Let's realise there's a reason, move on and make sure the next session's good. I'm going into Britain's to win it. I'm in no two minds about that. I say 2019 is the kind of warm up for us. 2020 is the kind of the main course and hopefully the dessert. So, I mean, whatever's happened in 2019, I think 2020 is just going to eclipse everything. Make things harder in training and then come the comp. It'll be simple. Bacon is on. Mainly I have bacon because I like bacon. I like the taste of bacon, I like the smell of bacon, I like the feel of bacon. It's tasty. Bacon, eggs, I've got some mushrooms and asparagus and some toast. It's quite a high calorie breakfast which starts my day quite well, which is what I'm looking for every morning, is to kickstart my day, because when I go to work I'm ready to go. So that's why we get up at this time in the morning, get a nice breakfast and start the day. Perfect. Another day, another dollar in the oil and gas game. My job title is a dimensional control surveyor in the oil and gas industry. I've been doing that since I was 18 years old, so that's around 17 years, which involves me travelling around the world, working offshore on oil rigs, effectively working 17 hours a day, including the gym, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up and I do it again. This is the working environment of Luke Stoltman, aka the Highland Oak. You can see all the pipework scattered around, so we check the sizes, make sure it's getting built correctly, and then we have the final say if we kind of pass it to go back offshore in the oil rig. Alright, you see all around there, Jimmy. It's a tough lifestyle, but it's something that I've chosen. If I wasn't doing that, I don't know what I'd be doing. I've always said that being able to do that and still be top 10 in the world is all the sweeter, because I know I'm beating guys that are full-time and that's all they do.
Welcome to the 2019 World's Strongest Man competition.
World's Strongest Man, it sometimes doesn't feel real. Going out to Florida 2019, I just felt a little bit different going into it, almost like it was my time. I've competed in Worlds for the last however many years, and I've come third in my group every time I've competed. And I thought, you know what, this year is going to be the one. And it was a very special competition this year because Dad came out. It was his first World's Strongest Man that he came to. I felt a bit more pressure, to be honest, going into it, because of Dad being there and because everyone was kind of talking about us making the final. Last man standing, brutal event, horrible way to go. So fortunately for myself, I managed to go through to the final, and which meant that I put Rob out. Normally when I do well or when I win, I rip my t-shirt off and cheer to the crowd. I was quite subdued, and just because Rob's such a good friend of ours, when we had a wee moment, in doing that it was quite touching. It was emotional, seeing Dad, crying in the corner. I get emotional thinking about it now. I lost my voice screaming for him so much. You know, the realisation when Tom popped that last stone over, I just went up and gave him a big cuddle, and then Dad came up and, you know, we all celebrated together and looked across. My wife Cushy and Tom's wife Sinead were in tears.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing World's Strongest Man history.
It was just that realisation of making history. To have two brothers in the World's Strongest Man final in the current climate of strength athletes is just phenomenal. When we first started out, we kind of joked about it, saying that we're the strongest brothers in the world. And then to finally have that undisputed, when you create history like that, no one can ever take that away. That's pretty special. That's something that Tom and I will always have. Today's a bit of a recovery day for myself, just on lunch break from work, so I actually see a guy, he's an osteopath, so he's actually taught me a lot on how to control my body, as well as seeing Neil. We're going to do some cold therapy as well. In strongman we're in different positions all the time, so you have to have kind of full control of your body, and he does the manipulation work, which feels amazing when he does it. It's that instant kind of release. It's kind of helped a lot. I come away feeling very positive, you know, which is a nice mindset to be in. So obviously I'm working quite a lot at the moment, getting that kind of outdoor cold therapy, which I find is so beneficial, I think, to your mental state as much as your physical state. You're kind of at one with nature, so to speak. So sometimes on my lunch break, we'll go into Nick Beach, and all I'll do there is 10 minutes, full immersion. It's pretty cold, but again, it gives you that 10 minutes of nothing. All you're doing is just being there and just trying to control your kind of breathing and try and prevent yourself from going into shock, basically, which I find very rewarding mentally, you know, if I can do that. This is a nice day. I like to make things a little bit more difficult, and it really does help. It helps you mentally, physically, and it gives you one of the best night's sleep you'll ever have. It's great for recovery. It's one of the best things I ever do. Art champion. Find it for 10-year-old. I know Tom says that he wants to win World's Strongest Man and there's other guys, but I don't see why I can't win World's Strongest Man. My mentality this year has changed with work. You know, I've said I'm not going to go back offshore, and that's really progressed my training. I've only just scratched the surface of my potential. People don't understand working 14, 15 hours a day and then training and still being top 10 in the world. That's working hard. That ambition is growing every competition I do. I'm a confident guy, I think, by nature anyway, but it's having that self-belief, and I think I'm getting that more and more now. Through later on in life with Mum, in the later stages of her treatment, I've never seen anyone as strong as that in my life. We're a fraction of what strength is. Being physically strong is such a minute thing. We just lift stuff up. I don't think that's pure strength. I mean, pure strength comes from enduring stuff. Can't explain how much the crowd plays such a massive part in it. I mean, going back to Europe's Strongest Man, when Tom and I were against each other in the Stones, man, it was so iconic, and the crowds were just erupting. You feel like you're letting all these people down by not doing it, and I managed to get it, and they just blew the roof off. People were coming up to me after, they were saying, we were crying watching you, you had basically the heart in your hands. Don't ever set yourself barriers when you're competing in front of a crowd, because you will just smash it. Come on! Something as simple as lifting weights has made me believe that I'm better than I thought I was. The ambition is to be the best in the world. It's not only that, it's to be something, you know. It's almost leave that legacy to my family and to other people in Scotland. I'm just a normal guy. Just because you're a normal guy doesn't mean you can have these dreams that you can't live up to. So that's where my ambition lies, you know, is to be the best in the world. But to be more than that is to be something more than I've ever thought possible. You know, some people like to go out on the weekend and have a few drinks and whatever, but for me a good time is walking out Britain's Strongest Man with a Scottish flag. Everyone knows I like to play up for the crowd. I think that's maybe done me an injustice over the last few years, as people maybe see me as a good athlete, but maybe not have that potential to win these shows. I think I genuinely now believe that I'm here to show everyone that I'm not just that happy-go-lucky guy. I'm here to make people take note. The more smiley I get, the more confident I get. I think that's something that I think people should kind of realise. First event was a log ladder, expected to win it, and thankfully I did. I kind of started the competition really well.
On the whistle.
The weight felt good, but it was just the breathing, so I got 5 reps, which wasn't too bad. I still got me some good points. A little bit off form in the deadlifts, but it is what it is. I was quite excited actually for the loading, been going really well in training. Felt quite quick. I could have gone a little bit quicker on that walk. It was quite a good result, coming top 3, being that consistent. That's what I was aiming for. Oh, it just feels like someone's ripping your soul out of your body. It was tough, really tough. I think because it was the 4th event, I felt really draining quite quickly. With that consistency going through, I think Tom, Bish and myself, we were quite clear off the path after the cone. I'm just some guy from the Highlands of Scotland. When you get that buzz from 10,000 people, that's the most addictive thing. Having that joy from doing something so good, that's what keeps me going. I just love it. That was the fastest time I did stones, and it was just over 20 seconds, so a great performance from myself. I was very proud. 3rd in Britain's Strongest Man, great achievement. First time on the podium in Giants Live, and hopefully not the last time in 2020.
Third place, baby!
Wherever my mum is, up there, I'm sure she's smiling down on what Tom and I are doing. She was always one of the integral parts to us doing strongman. She was the real meaning of strength.